Now let's prepare our scene to make the topology process cleaner and more manageable. Start by selecting the subdivisional surface object, then rename it to blocking. This helps keep things organized as we build the new topology. Next, drag one of the display tags from the reference planes and drop it onto the blocking object. This ensures the blocking model stays in ground shading, giving us better visibility of our new geometry. With blocking selected, go to the Basic tab and enable X-ray mode. This makes it easier to see your topology mesh over the blocking forms. Now create a cylinder. Under the Caps tab, disable both caps. Set height segments to 1 and leave rotation segments at 16. Then make the cylinder editable and position it where the neck is. Switch to points mode, go to front view and select and delete the left half of the points. We want to move the object axis to roll center without moving the mesh. To do this, go into Model mode, activate Enable Axis, then zero out the position and rotation values in the Coordinates tab. Press Enter to apply. Rename the object to Topology. Now create a symmetry object and drop the topology object inside. To make it easier to tell them apart, change the display color of the symmetry object in its Basic tab. Let's begin retopology. With topology selected, switch to Points mode, right-click in the viewport and choose Polygon Pen. This is your main tool for manually creating and editing polygons. You can click to create a new polygon point by point. Press Escape to complete a polygon. You can also drag points, edges or polygons to reposition them. If you hold Ctrl or Command on Mac and drag from an edge, it will extend the polygon, perfect for making continuous strips. To delete, just Ctrl and click on the polygon, edge or point. To ensure a new point snap to the blocking surface, enable snapping. Then turn on 3D snapping and polygon snap only. Switch to front view and enable reference planes. It's often tricky to know where to start with retopology. So first, let's identify the most crucial polygon loops around the eyes, mouth, nose, ears, and neck. These loops form the core structure of any good face topology. We already have a loop for the neck with 16 segments. Let's create a loop around the eye next. Select the Polygon Pen tool. Start by placing 3 polygons from the center of the upper eyelid toward the inner corner of the eye. Keep them curved and try to make the proportions close to squares. Repeat this for the lower eyelid. Again, 3 polygons. You now have a 6-polygon strip encircling the eye. This forms your first eye loop. Let's move on to the mouth. Since the mouth is more expressive than the eyes, it needs more geometry. Create a loop using 8 polygons for the upper lip and another 8 for the lower lip. 16 in total. Keep the center points of the lips unmerged for now. Just bring them close. Later we'll connect them cleanly. Now move to the nose. Create a polygon ring around the base of the nose with 8 polygons. In perspective view, check that all your loops are correctly aligned and snapped to the blocking surface. Now for the ear. Analyze its structure: front plane, back plane, and rim. Create 3 polygons for the front, 3 for the back, and 4 around the rim. If you are having issues snapping due to the transparent geometry, enable backface culling and in the viewport settings to help visibility. With all the key loops defined, eye, nose, mouth, ears, and neck, we are ready to start connecting them. Let's start with a bridge between the nose and the mouth. Create polygons between the lower part of the nose loop and the upper mouth loop. Extend the loop around the mouth from these connecting edges. Now make a loop that starts near the nose, passes the mouth corner, and rises toward the eye. Continue adding polygons to form bridges between these major areas, always aiming to keep the polygon square and evenly spaced. Avoid long, narrow quads, as they tend to deform poorly during animation. Next, we'll build loops around the neck, connecting seamlessly into the facial loops. Don't connect everything too early. Leave gaps where other geometry will eventually join. Once you've got a good base, check your edge loops by double-clicking the edges. The loops should be smooth, continuous, and make logical sense for how the face moves, like muscle flows. If everything checks out, don't forget to save your project. Let's take a quick theoretical detour. Why do we use loops? Because loops always clean deformation, better animation control, and easier selection and UV mapping. Now return to the model. Let's build a full loop around the face, starting at the nose bridge, going around the eye, and wrapping around the head toward the ear. Create several horizontal polygon rings around the head. Typically, 3 to 4 strips are enough at this stage. Now close the loop at the back of the head by connecting the remaining edges and filling the hole. To fix central symmetry points, select them, scale X to 0 in coordinates, and zero out the X position. Hit Apply. Let's finish off the ear. Temporarily disable symmetry. Select the edge loop of the ear rim and extrude it twice using Ctrl plus drag. Move the center edges inward to form the concave shape of the ear. Use polygon pen to close the ear mesh from the front and back. Refine the shape using grab brush, and if needed, add an edge loop around the ear for support using loop pass cut. Select these 3 polygons and extrude them inwards. Select the symmetry object and while holding Alt, add a subdivision surface. I'm not happy with how rounded this part looks. That's happening because the polygon loop running around the ear isn't really following the complexity of the shape. So let's fix it. Grab the line cut tool and make a few precise cuts in this area. Now pick 2 small edges like I am doing here and dissolve them. It might look slightly messy at first, but with the grab brush, you'll see we now have a clean polygon loop hugging the ear shape much more accurately. Let's toggle subdivision back on. This looks way better already, just needs a tiny tweak. I'll also drop in a support loop to sharpen this connection a bit. Now, moving on to the face, select the boundary edges around the nose. Extrude outward while holding Ctrl or Command on Mac. Give the new edge loop a small adjustment. Then, with the polygon pen, create 2 polygons to close the tip of the nose. Next, I'll refine the nose shape using the grab brush and a few modeling tools. Center points will be aligned to 0 on the x-axis for symmetry. Let's check it in subdivision mode to see how it's shaping up. Time to work on the eyes. Make a sphere, increase the segment count and convert it to editable geometry. I'll squash the sphere a little, scale it to fit inside the eye socket and fine-tune its position and rotation. With the grab brush, I'll adjust the eyelids and also refine nearby features like the cheeks, brow area, and the forehead. Add extra edge loops to define the eyelids more clearly and give them thickness by extruding inward. Use loop selection plus fill selection to isolate regions like the eyes or lips for more focused adjustments. While refining lips, I almost always check for the underside view. Deepen the corners, shift it slightly upward, and position it just behind the upper lip. From the top view, I refine the arc so the lower lip tucks neatly under. I also nudge the lower corners edges back just a touch and deepen them for more definition. Select the boundary edge at the mouth opening and extrude inward. Scale down along Z and slightly up along Y. I'll also select the central vertices, zero out the X coordinate for perfect symmetry, and check the subdivided result one more time. Now that the head structure is solid, you are ready for a body topology and further detailing. See you in the next video.